Hi, Christine.
Hello, Leslie.
Leslie,
Hi.
hey, hello.
Hi, Raymond. How are
Yeah,
you?
you probably don't recognize me. I got old. No.
Don't even. Don't even. How are you?
uh, oh, an oldie but goodie.
Good. I like that.
Yeah. All right. It's good to see you again. All
Good to
right.
see you too.
Well, I'd like to welcome everybody to our webinar this evening, celebrating International Day of Peace and World Peace Flag Ceremony. And as you can tell, there are many good friends and many new friends that are joining us. So as we get started, we'd like to make sure that you are looking in the speaker view for this evening's activities. You might be able to follow who's speaking as we gather together today and we share just a wonderful sense of hope and joy and community with one another. So we invite you to pause here, we invite you to be here, and we invite you to connect here, knowing that we're with people in Spokane and in the Inland Northwest and really all around the globe. We're gathered here in our own ways and in our own time zones to stop and connect. Remember, in the midst of so much chaos with the natural disasters and the passing of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, that every day, in every moment, we can all work for a more just, equitable, and peaceful world. So I want to welcome you and ask you to join us in this wonderful evening together. My name is Christine Hoover. I'm an associate professor in the School of Leadership Studies and director for the Gonzaga Institute of Hate Studies. And I'll be helping to MC this evening, and it's my pleasure to welcome you along with our co-host, One Piece, Many Paths. So again, before we get started, I'd like to share a little about what's in store for this evening. So make sure you click on speaker view in the top right-hand corner so that you can tell who's speaking and saying and see the flags of the world that come later on our agenda. There are several times during the evening that we hope you'll be a part of responding, even though your mics may be muted. You'll be able to hear our panelists during the responsive calls, but we are all part of this larger community doing the work of peace building, and every voice, every day, everywhere makes a difference and provides us all with the energy to do this work and the resiliency that it takes. So as we gather, we offer our land acknowledgement. In the spirit of the Jesuit practice of composition of place, we acknowledge that Gonzaga University resides on the homelands of the Spokane tribal people, and that this land holds the cultural DNA and the spirit of the first people of this place, the people of the river. And it's their ancestors who are here and bring forth the power of this place, the knowledge that comes from the land. We're grateful to be on this land and ask for its support as we manifest our intentions during this gathering of our hearts and minds and spirits. So our agenda tonight includes welcoming and the land recognition and some background on the event, some really moving music from the Gonzaga Concert Choir, recognition for the Eva Lastman Take Action Against Hate Awards, a talk by Ann Dinan on peace leadership, and a responsive interactive world peace ceremony and a community sing. So we'll wrap up at 7:30 with Raymond Reyes and his moving words. So we'll begin now with a welcome from the Spokane Human Rights Commission Chair, Lance Kistler.
Greetings, everyone. I'm glad to be here today. Thank you for inviting me to participate in this special ceremony. As the chair of the Human Rights Commission for the City of Spokane, I want to welcome everyone to this event and encourage all of you to make Spokane and any community where you are a place that is welcoming and accepting and a place of choice for all of its residents, everyone, no matter their background, their creed, their beliefs, whatever it may be, that all of us together in our individuality, we do have commonality. The City of Spokane Human Rights Commission is chartered by the Spokane City Code, and we provide advice to the City Council for Spokane, and we're working hard with our partners such as Christine and others on various projects and initiatives. And so I would encourage any of you to learn more about the City of Spokane Human Rights Commission reach out to us. We're here to advocate on your behalf regarding policies, programs, and practices that the city has. And certainly if you are in another community and you would like some advice or guidance, certainly feel free to reach out to us. Happy to point you in the right direction. Those of you who live in Spokane, since this is a flag ceremony, I also do encourage you to check out the city's flag competition that's happening. You can submit your designs before October 1st, so just about a week away. So with that, I'd like to turn it back over. Thanks again, and I look forward to tonight's festivities. Thank you for inviting me to join you.
Okay, thank you, Lance. It's great to have you here. So right now we're going to shift to Sophie Marks, who is a Gonzaga student from the Office of Mission and Ministry, and she is going to provide us with a blessing.
Hi, like she said, my name is Sophie Marks, and I'm just going to be saying a prayer. So I ask that you follow your personal prayer customs or just sit respectfully. In the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Hey God, thank you for bringing us here together in this space this evening. I ask that there can be peace, justice, and equity in our hearts and for our hurting and broken world. I ask that you bless all of these beautiful people here and that they may receive what they are in most need of today. This is a prayer from Saint Teresa of Avila. May today there be peace within. May you trust your highest power that you are exactly where you are meant to be. May you not forget the infinite possibilities that are born of faith. May you use those gifts that you have received and pass on the love that has been given to you. May you be content knowing you are a child of God. Let this presence settle into your bones and allow your soul the freedom to sing and dance. It is there for each and every one of you. Amen.
Sophie, the gift of your presence and leadership matters. Thank you for making a time to be with us and to share those blessings with us. Our co-host for tonight, as I mentioned, is One Piece, Many Paths, and Joan Bruckling is here to share with us a little bit more about the history of this gathering and this year's theme. Joan?
Hello, as Christine said, I'm Joan Bruckling and I'm co-director of One Piece, Many Paths with my husband, Hank. On behalf of One Piece, Many Paths, we'd like to welcome you to this celebration of the 2020 International Day of Peace. Established in 1981 by unanimous United Nations resolution, Peace Day provides a globally shared date for all humanity to commit to peace above all differences and to contribute to building a culture of peace. The UN General Assembly has declared this as a day devoted to strengthening the ideals of peace through observing 24 hours of nonviolence and ceasefire. We've organized tonight's event around the theme, Oneness of Humanity, Racial Harmony. We all know that declaring peace one day a year is purely a symbolic gesture, but nevertheless, it serves as an important reminder to us as we pursue the goal of creating a world that works for everyone. That's everyone. Recent events in America and elsewhere in the world have awakened many to what people of color have always known. Peace must be predicated on justice and freedom from bias and hatred in our homes, in our communities, and in every system that contributes to the organization of our society. Peace and privilege for some is not peace at all. Peace goes far beyond observing 24 hours of nonviolence and ceasefire. It begins within, with a willingness to see challenges as an opportunity for growth. Peace requires compassion, both for oneself and for others. Peace requires self-examination and inner courage and honesty to dig deep into our own conditioning and biases. Peace requires a willingness to step out of our comfort zones, to take action based on our deepest desire for all to experience freedom and self-worth. Peace is not at all passive. It requires intentionality and commitment, and it is ours to manifest together. So as Christine mentioned, tonight's program exemplifies my organization's name, One Piece, Many Paths. Our offerings range from local to global, bringing to life the phrase, think globally, act locally. We will hear from recipients of this year's Eva Lassman Take Action Against Hate Award, sharing their efforts to increase the level of interracial understanding and safety in our community. We are so grateful to the Spokane Interconnected Youth and to all the Gonzaga students and staff who are making this event possible, including Dr. Westerhouse and the Gonzaga Choir for their inspiring musical message, and for Dr. Reyes for his closing comments. We are delighted to extend a special welcome to Dr. Ann Dinan, who we will be hearing from very shortly. We encourage you to stay with us through the end of our gathering to experience the powerful World Peace Flag ceremony, where together we all proclaim peace in every nation of the world. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Joan. It is wonderful to be able to continue to find creative ways to hold this event, even in the midst of the pandemic. For those of you who haven't been with us in years past, our tradition has been to build a mosaic of all the flags of the world. And in that mosaic, we come together and literally lay the flags down so that we create this beautiful interwoven piece of art that we are going to create in a very different way this time. And you'll hear more about that a little bit later on. So as we all lean into new ways of being together and new ways of creating community, we're glad that you're here, and we're glad to partner with One Piece, Many Paths once again. So music is often central to anything that moves us, that touches our heart and touches our soul. However we find our pathway to peace. And so I am so proud to be able to introduce next the Gonzaga Concert Choir with Director Timothy Westerhouse, who's worked so hard to find ways to bring music into our hearts this evening. So they'll be singing two songs for us, Hope Lingers On and Stand in That River. Dr. Westerhouse, it's all yours.
We are so delighted to be with you. These are 52 singers of the Gonzaga Concert Choir. And though you can't necessarily see our smiles, we hope that you can feel them through our spirits. The next piece is called Sand in That River. If you have a trouble in your life this day, we invite you to just send it down the river. I went to my river, but my river was dry. The dust rose up through a darkened sky. Tell me, where is home? Where do the waters run free? I do not know my way from thee. Come and stand in that river, current gentle and slow. Send your troubles down water, down on that water flow. Stand in that river, angels sing secrets beyond every word, dreams beyond every dread. Tell me, sister, where does that it flows down to the great water, where soon my people will go. Come and stand in that river, good and gentle and slow. Send your troubles down water, down. When you stand in that river, angels sing in your head, secrets beyond every worry, dreams beyond every dread. Whoa. Tell me, sister, tell me, brother, where does that it flows down to the great water, where soon my people will go. Oh, time passes, tide on downstream. Some days so much sweeter, some days some pass like a dawn. Dreams and stand in that river, good and gentle and slow. Send your troubles down water, down on that water. Come and stand in that river, good and gentle and slow. Send your troubles down water, down on that.
Thank you, Gonzaga Concert Choir and Dr. Westerhouse. So we are so glad to be able to have them find innovative, creative ways to join us this evening, even though we can't be together in person. And so moving that hope does linger as we stand in that river. So thank you to the students who worked so hard to figure all of this out. And with the inspiration from the student music, we're going to move to inspiration from leaders in our own community who really do embody working for a more just world. Here to introduce the recipients of the Eva Lastman Take Action Against Hate Award is Adrienne Lighthouser, Chair of the Gonzaga Institute of Hate Studies and faculty in the School of Business.
Thank you, Christine, and thank you to the Gonzaga Choir. That was truly inspirational. It's amazing how well music can still connect us even through all of these different layers of physical distance. As Christine said, I'm Adrienne Lighthouser. I teach here at Gonzaga University and have the honor of being the chair of the Gonzaga Institute for Hate Studies Advisory Board. And that brings with it an additional honor to be able to present the 2019 and 2020 Eva Lastman Awards. Eva Lastman is a hero. She was not only a survivor of the Holocaust, but also an unyielding advocate for educating people about the genocide of 6 million Jews and 5 million people of other nationalities, religions, and viewpoints under Nazi Germany during World War II. She was a member of the Spokane community where she was a wife, a mother, and a Holocaust educator. Her inspirational story is continued in many ways, including several awards in her honor that are given by the Gonzaga Institute of Hate Studies and others. Each year at Gonzaga, we remember Eva's legacy through the Eva Lastman Memorial Student Research Awards, offering Gonzaga students financial support of up to $1,000 for research into better understanding and countering hate. We also recognize individuals and organizations in the local or international community each year through the Eva Lastman Take Action Against Hate Awards. The 2019 Eva Lastman Memorial Student Research Award recipients were Manoj Tharupo from the School of Leadership Studies with the advisor, Dr. Kem Gambrell, and Christopher Combs from the College of Arts and Sciences with advisor, Dr. Jessica Macion. The 2019 individual recipient of the Take Action Against Hate Award was Jordan Tyrus Wright of Western Washington University. And the 2019 organizational recipient of the Take Action Against Hate Award was the Spokesman Review, Stacy Coles, publisher, Rob Curley, editor. We had events planned in the spring that did not occur, and so we did not have the opportunity to recognize these 2019 recipients. So we wanted to make sure we took time out of today's program to do that. Eva would say that constant vigilance is needed to overcome racism and anti-Semitism, adding that we must learn from the mistakes made before us and do everything we can to prevent harm and atrocities from happening again. Tonight, we recognize the individual and organizational recipients of the 2020 Eva Lastman Take Action Against Hate Awards in her honor. Our 2020 individual award recipient of the Eva Lastman Take Action Against Hate Award is Leslie McCauley for her commitment to the Spokane community, specifically in the area of racial reconciliation and bridge building. Leslie McCauley worked for 24 years in a federal agency and has a Master's of Arts in Theology from Whitworth. She is currently the Whitworth Office of Church Engagement Coordinator of Reconciliation Calling Community. From a prayer breakfast, she started a book group of diverse individuals that has stayed together based on their relationship and commitment to one another. Leslie bridges divides and is a model for resiliency. She is assistant pastor at Emmanuel with experience in many types of ministry, including church planning. She gives most of her time to developing new outreach strategies, which include a new partnership with Gonzaga's Productive Discomfort series. She knows no limits and is truly an unstoppable force. Please join me in welcoming and recognizing Leslie McCauley as the individual recipient of the 2020 Eva Lastman Take Action Against Hate Award. Leslie is here to share a few words with us.
First of all, good evening. It's good to greet you from the homelands of the Spokane people. I wish to observe a protocol of respect that is practiced by Indigenous people around the world, which is to acknowledge that these are ancestral lands of the Indigenous people, the Spokane tribe, the children of the sun. Second, I thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who continues to give me the strength to stay in the work for justice and reconciliation of all things. God wants us to be in restored and healthy relationships with Him and with each other. This is why the problem of racism should not be tolerated in our land. It keeps us from coming together as brothers and sisters. We also have to figure out how to honor and respect our Native communities and to seek how to support them in ways we have not. I want to thank you for honoring me today. I surely appreciate that this recognition is for all people, those who believe in justice and reconciliation, which covers so many other areas besides racial reconciliation, but also includes denominational, socioeconomic, gender, and generational issues. We must love our neighbor and work to overcome racism, which clouds our love for each other with hate. When we show hate, we allow darkness to cloud our clarity, and we cannot see the light that love brings. We must learn to live together, all creeds and colors, to understand each other and to learn acceptance from each other. I thank my 4 children, Christina, Angela, Danielle, and Jamalia, who stand beside me as I pursue God's calling on my life. I still see my little girls when they were little who never expected racism and injustice to fall on their little shoulders. I watched them fight through to be the wonderful people they have become. They have always encouraged me to do the work God has given me to do. Me, a girl from Compton, California, who was raised hearing the words of Martin Luther King and watching him do his work through the bombs, hatred, stabbings, and then finally to die for justice and reconciliation of all people. I watched the hatred that my parents received and watched how their shoulders drooped and then watched how they rose to overcome what was coming against them. My dear mother did not have the right to vote until she was 35 years old. That's why voting is so important, especially when someone you love could not exercise that right, which was hers as an American citizen, but that others could exercise that right because they were taught that they were more superior. I thank John Sowers and Carla Lafayette, whom I started this journey with 18 months ago. John, Carla, and I are very different. We came from different places and ethnically have very little in common, but we have grown to be family and are committed to the challenge of justice and reconciliation. We have coined a phrase, come for the study, stay for the relationship. These relationships are most important to the journey. I thank members of the Spokane Calling Community of Reconciliation who are also on this same journey with me, John, and Carla. They are committed to the pain of learning from each other. We understand that this leads to building better relationships and thereby will lead to building better communities. We are dedicated to hearing each other's stories, reading together, eating together, listening to invited guests, asking questions, working together in groups to close the gaps that exist among us. We are committed to breaking down the walls of separation that have existed between us. We must remember our stories, those that have crafted who we are, those that are painful, and those that have affected how we fight for others. I cheer for my precious grandchildren, Anaya and Tyshawn, who deserve to have a future filled with acceptance and love. I carry in my heart the love and support my husband has shown me as I have pursued this justice and reconciliation journey. Thank you, Rodney, for carrying me, Miss Daisy, all over Spokane and beyond in your bookmobile, making sure the message is shared here and beyond. Together we work to spread the message of reconciliation, to encourage all to leave the darkness behind and enter into the light of love, truth, and acceptance of all people groups. I know that I do not stand here receiving this award on my own merits. My family, my church family, and my pastor, Rob Fairbanks, continue to speak into my life with conversations, book readings, watching podcasts, and just by loving me. I also thank Whitworth University and the Office of Church Engagement, whom have given me the opportunity to shape what God is building in me. Thanks to all of you for what you have done to encourage and change my life. Christine Hoover, it has been such a wonderful pleasure to be in relationship with you. I am excited for what the future holds for us as we seek to uncover the devastation of racism upon a community. I know we will continue to move this community toward harmony and life. Finally, I stand on the shoulders of all those who have come before me, those who have lost their lives, and those who have gone unnoticed for their fight against racism. This is for you, and I will be careful to remember you as I walk daily in this work. Thanks again for this wonderful honor.
Leslie, we are honored to recognize you in your work, and we look forward to the day that we can present this to you in person as a reminder to your children and your grandchildren and all the people whose lives you touch. This is waiting for you. We look forward to handing it over to you soon. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Christine, and thank you, Leslie, for those inspirational words. Come for the study and stay for the relationships. That's something to live by for sure. Thank you so much. The recipient of the 2020 Eva Lastman Take Action Against Hate Award in the organizational category is the Spokane County Human Rights Task Force for developing the Hate and Bias Incident Report. The Hate Bias Incident Report form can be found on the Spokane County Human Rights Task Force website, and it adds to our community's commitment to be a welcoming and inclusive community. Through the use of the report form, they are better able to identify and care for those who may have been harmed. All data gathered helps the community focus anti-hate resources strategically. Hate incidents and hate crimes are offenses against a person or property motivated in whole or in part by an offender's bias against a race, religion, disability, sexual orientation, ethnicity, gender, or gender identity. The mission of the Spokane County Human Rights Task Force is to guard and advance human rights in order to create a region where all people feel welcomed, safe, and valued. Their founding principles and creed are based on the Declaration of Independence, the United States Constitution, and the Constitution of Washington State. Over the past 4 years, their primary focus has been in education, victim support, and documentation of hate activity. Please join me in welcoming and recognizing the Spokane County Human Rights Task Force as the organizational recipient of the 2020 Eva Lastman Take Action Against Hate Award, and board member Seema Thorpe, who's going to accept this award. Seema, you have a few words to share with us.
Thank you, Adrienne. And thank you so much also to everyone who brought this event together and made this award possible. Christine Hoover, Kim Gambrell, and the board of the Gonzaga Institute of Hate Studies, also to the Spokane Human Rights Commission, and then One Piece, Many Paths. That's a beautiful collaboration, because throwing light on hate and reporting is going to take a lot of collaboration coming up, a lot of work together. And so on behalf of the Spokane County Human Rights Task Force, we're really deeply honored to receive this award. We love our community of Spokane. We want the best for it. Unfortunately, it's not the welcoming and inclusive community that we hope to achieve for everyone. And hate crimes, as well as non-criminal bias incidents, are on the rise in our country and right here in our community. It is unacceptable. We want to make reporting the norm in our community, not the exception. And to do that, we really need to create better access for victims and allies, witnesses, to tell their stories and to report these incidents. So that is what we're trying to do with this report form, and by training Spokane hate responders to take those stories. To tell someone who cares that what happened to me is real, I saw it, I heard it, is so important, and it's part of what it takes to create social change and social justice. The stories have to get out. So we want to deploy all possible strategies to combat hate. So providing a safe way to report should be one of them. The hate documentation reporting system, the formal name of the system, is up on our website, and it is a system for individuals who have experienced or witnessed hate or an incident of bias. And it gives them the opportunity to report the experience. It will be a county-wide approach to report hate or bias incidents, as opposed to a hate crime. Let me be clear, that should still be reported to law enforcement. And our task force will keep track of these incidents in Spokane County in order to document, identify, disseminate trends and issues that can be addressed by those partners in the community who are in the position to take that data, that information, and do something productive with it to create more justice. So although this is not an emergency response system, we will be able to refer those who report incidents to those organizations and agencies who are able to provide help specific to the needs of the people telling their stories. Most importantly, our Spokane hate responders, our trained responders, they're going to listen to every story. Eva Lassen was a friend of mine. You mentioned, Adrienne, in your introduction, that she was a Holocaust survivor, and that she told her story many times. I remember that. You know, I remember anytime someone asked her, she would say yes. It didn't matter how small or how, you know, large the group was. She would tell her story because she knew how critically important it was. So as a member of the Spokane Human Rights Task Force, I couldn't be prouder to accept an award named in her honor. Thank you so much. And I invite all of you to join with the Spokane County the Spokane County Human Rights Task Force. It's a mouthful, isn't it? But please join with us to disseminate this way to throw light on hate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Seema. And this too is waiting to be shared with the Spokane County Human Rights Task Force for you to take and display, because we have a lot of pride in our community in how we are creating a welcoming and inclusive community and supporting those who get harmed so that we can do something about it. And thank you, Adrienne, very much for your introductions. That was so helpful. And we are going to transition this time to our student voice. And this time, Gonzaga Student Body Association leader, Haley Wilson, has a statement and a poem for us.
Yes, thank you so much. First of all, just good evening, everybody. My name is Haley Wilson, and this year I get the privilege of serving on GSBA as Director of Diversity and Inclusion. So I wanted to share 3 things with you guys today. So 2 short poems, I promise, are written by Maya Angelou. She's a Black poet, a memoirist, a civil rights activist, and of course, many more things. And I also want to share with you all a challenge that my team at GSBA really wants to present to you guys this year. The student body, the staff, ourselves. We think it's a radical idea, it's a difficult idea, but we think it's achievable. And right now it's more important than ever. So first, starting with that poem, this is called Alone. Lying thinking last night how to find my soul a home, where water is not thirsty and bread loaf is not stone. I came up with one thing, and I don't believe I'm wrong, that nobody but nobody can make it out here alone. Alone, all alone, nobody but nobody can make it out here alone. There are some millionaires with money that they can't use. Their wives run around like banshees. Their children sing the blues. They've got expensive doctors to cure their hearts of stone. But nobody, no nobody, can make it out here alone. Alone, all alone, nobody but nobody can make it out here alone. Now, if you listen closely, I'll tell you what I know. Storm clouds are gathering. The wind is going to blow. The race of man is suffering, and I can hear the moan, because nobody but nobody can make it out here alone. Alone, all alone, Nobody, but nobody can make it out here alone. So the broad theme of International Day of Peace this year is shaping peace together. And it can often feel like we lose faith or hope in the face of extreme pain, anger, and discord, much like what we've experienced this 2020. But I would counter with the question, why are we all here? Why do we come together with one another despite all of that pain? Whether we registered or not, our actions, our words, our beliefs, they shape peace daily, both for ourselves and the community around us. I, along with the broader GSBA community, want to challenge us all to do something this year, and that is to be radical in our de-radicalization of our conversations, our beliefs, and our actions. What do I mean by that? I'm not saying stop being passionate or to be quiet. I'm saying let's be brave in our vulnerability, in our authenticity, and maybe the hardest thing, let's be brave in our kindness to one another when we have challenging and emotional conversations. Now, I know that may sound counterintuitive because now is the time to act. It's the time to be loud and it's the time to be noticed. But I would argue that now is also the time to listen and the time to be heard. And one, if not the best way to achieve that, is to seek conversations you've avoided, attend events you know will challenge you, engage with people you've written off for various reasons. Our diversity and inclusion team at GSBA this year has set a variety of goals, but one in particular that I'd like to share is that we aim to educate students by calling them in, not out, and approaching diversity and inclusion programming from a place of bettering one another, knowing that our knowledge will only ever grow by listening to one another. So I implore you all to bring a friend to an event, to attend a D&I event, especially if you've never been, and to seek out opportunities for growth and say yes, even when it's intimidating. As simple as it sounds, listening is a skill that very few have mastered well. And I know some of you may still be thinking, listening, whatever, of course I know how to listen. But I want you to take a moment and take a step back and imagine how much it would hurt to not be heard. How painful it must feel to have your voice silenced, your opinions neglected, your needs disregarded. The final thing I want to leave you all with is this notion that we can't be alone in this together. We are together regardless of want or desire. And our mission at Gonzaga states that Gonzaga cultivates in its students the capacities and dispositions for reflective and critical thought, lifelong learning, spiritual growth, ethical discernment, creativity, and innovation. But of course, it goes two ways. As students, we have to do the work on our end to develop our capacity to stand for peace and stand up against discrimination and oppression. So as an English major, it's difficult to feel like I could ever do better than the words of a great poet. And poetry, albeit a maybe intimidating language, is one I think that most, if not all of us, can learn to easily speak. So I'm going to end with another poem by Maya Angelou. And this is called Human Family. I note the obvious differences in the human family. Some of us are serious, some thrive on comedy. Some declare their lives are lived as true profundity, and others claim they really live the real reality. The variety of our skin tones can confuse, bemuse delight, brown and pink and beige, and purple, tan, and blue and white. I've sailed upon the 7 seas and stopped in every land. I've seen the wonders of the world and not yet one common man. I know 10,000 women called Jane and Mary Jane, but I've not seen any two who really were the same. Mirror twins are different, although their features jibe, and lovers think quite different thoughts while lying side by side. We love and lose in China, we weep on England's moors, and laugh and moan in Guinea, and thrive on Spanish shores. We seek success in Finland, are born and die in Maine. In minor ways we differ, in major we're the same. I note the obvious differences between each sort and type, but we are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike. We are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike. We are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike. Thank you, guys.
So thank you, Haley. That was fantastic. You are certainly an uncommon woman, bringing us all together, finding our common ground. So thank you. Well, as we shift now, we're going to shift to our guest speaker, Ann Dinan. And Dr. Dinan is going to be introduced by Kim Gambrell from the School of Leadership Studies. Dr. Gambrell.
Thank you, Dr. Hoover. Good evening, everybody. What an honor to be with such an impressive group of award recipients, poets wannabe, and just people that are very vested in peace. So it gives me great honor to introduce our guest speaker tonight, Dr. Ann Dinan. Dr. Dinan is an active in the emerging field of peace leadership, which she defines as the nexus of peace and leadership, such that peace leadership focuses on the intersection of both positive peace and positive leadership. Ann is the former co-convener of the Peace Leadership Affinity Group for ILA, or the International Leadership Association, the president of Deeper Peace Leadership Institute, and previously the head of North American operations for the Globally Responsible Leadership Initiative, as well as the faculty of Whole Foods Market Academy for Conscious Leadership. Ann is currently writing several books and book chapters and has also published others on peace leadership and humanity, unity for peace, and has also presented this work with the Oslo Peace Week, sanctioned by the Nobel Institute. Ann earned her doctorate in social science research from Washington University, her master's degree from Case Western Reserve, and she is an IFC, or International Coach Federation certified coach. Ann, it gives me great pleasure and an honor to have you with us.
Thank you for that beautiful introduction, Kim. Christine, thank you so much for the invitation, and to all of Gonzaga. It was so beautiful to hear the alignment of the words of everyone who's spoken so far. Joan, I'm pretty sure you've got my my speech already, so I think we're good. And Sophie, the prayer just really hit home some important points that we'll actually touch on. And of course, Leslie, the beautiful sentiments. And Haley, you already addressed the call to action. So a beautiful welcoming, and it's just wonderful to feel that sense of alignment with this group. So deep gratitude to everyone for being here. And again, deep gratitude for having me here. So this is a day, the International Day of Peace, that as a general rule causes me some reflection. I mean, some people do that on New Year's Day. For me, it tends to be on this day. For many years now, probably starting in around 2009, I continue to take stock in terms of where I feel that we are with respect to peace. And 2009 was an interesting and magical year. That was technically the founding of the body of work for peace leadership. Jean Lippman-Blumen simply asked a question, and she said, "Leadership for what?" And in my mind, immediately I went to peace, leadership for peace. I'm finally getting the link. And she had similar thoughts, and immediately the body of work of peace leadership was born. So I owe deep gratitude to Jean Lippman-Blumen for asking that question. And probably 10 years or so earlier, Nelson Mandela made a statement. And that had been rattling around in my brain for a while, also related to peace. And he said that Ubuntu, the humanistic philosophy, essentially that he used along with Tutu to unite South Africa, would be the gift that South Africa would give to the world. And I felt that, you know how you can feel things in your body, things just resonate. But I didn't understand how I would be participating with that. I felt like I wanted to, but I just really wasn't sure how that was going to come about. So when Jean Lippman-Blumen asked that question, I flashed back to that statement that Nelson Mandela made. And that also caused me to ponder. Don't you love that word, ponder? So I pondered, why is it that we don't have peace? Even in 2009, we have a lot of people committed to peace. We have a lot of peace initiatives. And of course, we've heard some of the reasons that we don't have peace, that destabilization actually benefits many other people. But I thought there must be something. There must be something that we, the power of the people, can do to bring about peace, regardless of these other structural situations. So while I was pondering all of this, I kind of came up with a way to bring all of this together. So I was really thinking about, if we take the body of work from peace and the body of work of leadership, and they inform each other, then what would we have? And so I looked into those, and what I found was maybe not the entire body of work of leadership or the entire body of work around peace, but maybe positive peace and positive leadership. So what do those things mean? For the academics, I'll give a definition. And for everyone else, we'll move into operationalization of all that in just a minute. So the scary thing for me was years ago when I went to just Google a definition of positive leadership, one definition came up. One. That didn't just bother me, it scared me. So there's a little bit more out there now. But I'm going to just give the gist of one of those definitions, being that positive leadership affirms human potential with the understanding that leaders have a profound responsibility to make the world a better place. Well, okay, we're in alignment with peace here. This is good. This will work. And so then I thought positive peace. And many of you who have studied peace are thinking that I'm talking about Galtung's negative peace and positive peace. But really, I found that the Institute of Economics and Peace had a really nifty visual representation of factors that comprised positive peace and really represented interconnectedness, which we're going to talk about Ubuntu in a minute and how that really is a major tenet. And it also helped to understand and bring these concepts of peace into something tangible so we would know where we needed to place our efforts. So for example, well-functioning government. I notice that that is left up to interpretation, but we won't go there right now. Equitable distribution of resources, free flow of information, good relations with neighbors, high levels of human capital, acceptance of the rights of others, low levels of corruption, and a sound business environment. Again, left up to interpretation, but it really does cover many of the major sectors and area and complexities that we would need to look at with regard to peace. And if we put the peace leadership kind of as an overlay with the intention that we are looking for really expanding human potential and looking for everyone to be able to achieve well-being, I thought, well, okay, we're getting closer. But Mandela kept ringing in my ear. And so for me, I felt like, let's take those items and let's overlay the tenets of Ubuntu, of this African humanistic philosophy. And some of those tenets, just as an example, are interconnectedness. They are dignity, empathy, peacefulness, humanity, just all types of beautiful tenets that Mandela used to actually unite the country post-apartheid. Many of you have heard about the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. They used these tenets to achieve peace and unity. So I thought, this is just beautiful. Let's put all of those together. So a little model came to mind, a visualization, and we've been working with that. But as I work in communities and with organizations, I really felt like we needed to operationalize all of this. So basically what this means is, so what do we have to do? Who do we have to be in order to achieve peace? So we drew a little from peace, a little from leadership, and we start with self. And almost anybody, including Mandela, that you will read about with regard to peace will tell you, you got to start with yourself. You'll probably also wind up coming back to self. And I heard that time and time again from the speakers that have already gone before me here, just in this meeting, that we really need to have our own level of self-awareness around peace and peacefulness. I was finding as a former social worker, but we're never former social workers. It's kind of like academics. You're never a former, you're always doing it. That we're always growing. We're always coming back to learning more. So although we start with self-awareness, we really continue to come back and move through it. So it's the foundation, it's the base, but we can come in and out of it constantly. So then the next idea was that, well, once I have this level of awareness around being peaceful and peacefulness, because we need that if we're going to do the peace work. Social workers know you can get burned out pretty easily. It's very hard to stay grounded. It's very hard to stay peaceful. Anybody who's doing any kind of diversity, equity, and inclusion work right now, I mean, you know of what I'm speaking. So really coming from that place of peace and peacefulness and understanding yourself, your needs, your wants, and desires with respect to that, including boundaries, is very, very important. Having that awareness is one thing, as we all know, but then mastering that, right? So it's been, 12 years now since we introduced peace leadership. And I am continually working with the mastery component of self. It's very easy to fall back into old habits. So self-mastery then would be what we would look to achieve next. And then relational awareness. Now, this is where the interconnection comes in, right? So what do I need to learn about myself in relation to others? So we've already done in this most recent class, the things that you would want to learn about yourself around your personality type, your strengths, those sorts of things. And then how do I take all of that in relation to someone else? And that level of awareness. What is my impact on others? And then mastering that. I mean, let's face it, it takes a whole lifetime to learn how to be self with others in relation to others in a successful manner. So we operationalize the model around skill set, basically. Skills for being peaceful, skills for being able to interact with others, skills around conflict management. What's your default mode of conflict before you even get going into a conflict, and how do you perhaps prevent going into a conflict yourself or with others? So we devised this skill model, and again, for the purpose of recognizing attitudes, behaviors, those types of things, for the purposes of and I heard this already today, a just and caring world. And so when I originally devised this, I was thinking we really need something so that all of humanity can flourish. It may look different, but we really, really, really need a just and caring and flourishing society. And where can we apply all of these skills, this education? Well, of course, in the educational sector, starting with pre-K all the way through higher ed. Community organization training. I mean, right now, I think we're seeing that a lot of this training would be very helpful with police entities, for example, but certainly other areas of community organizational work. Family and systems therapy. This would be helpful and amazing. Coaching. We have a lot of coaching out there right now. So where are the coaching paradigms that speak to peace and peacefulness? And of course, and this has already been touched on gratefully today, diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. Absolutely huge applications there. So I know we're running a little bit short on time. I would like to end with a quote from Nelson Mandela, because I think it really beautifully summarizes the Institute of Economics and Peace view of positive peace. And he said, peace is not just the absence of conflict. Peace is the creation of an environment where all can flourish, regardless of race, color, creed, religion, gender, class, caste, or any other social marker of distance. And Archbishop Desmond Tutu, actually just today we heard, shared something that is also relevant. He said, do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world. And again, I heard speakers sharing that already. So I really want to express my deep gratitude for all of the work that you all already do and the work that you're going to continue to do. And I really look forward to supporting any of those endeavors. And I leave with you that I feel we can take back humanity. We need to be peace for peace. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dinan. That was inspiring, motivating, and the concept of Ubuntu, that we are because of each other. And I want to really lean into that as we move into our World Peace Flag ceremony. And that is going to be introduced by One Piece, Many Paths. And so either Ron Kurtz or Hank Bruckling is going to bring us into the world together as we respond, as we read responsibly with the World Flag ceremony.
Hello, everyone. I'm Hank Breckling. I'm co-director of One Piece Many Paths with my wife, Joan. Our member, Ron Kurtz, was supposed to read this tonight, but he wasn't able to get in, so I'm here instead. Thank you all for joining us in this. It's just sort of a coming to fruition of this World Peace Flag ceremony we've done for so many years. This is the most wonderful one we've ever had. So the ceremony is a global celebration of the oneness of life and the human family. With united hearts and minds, participants of the World Peace Flag ceremony are invited to invoke prayers for peace to prevail in the countries and regions of the world. It is a moving ceremony, ritual rising above national boundaries, religion and ideologies, giving expression to the universal wish for peace and harmony, which lies at the core of every human heart. The World Peace Flag ceremony was first organized in Japan by Masumi Sainonji in 1983. This ceremony has been organized on every continent and in every major city throughout the world. That includes Spokane. Our intent tonight is to hold the vision of a world in which every nation is at peace, where having one's basic needs met is a right, where racism, oppression, and prejudice are eradicated, and where creativity and compassion flourish. Thank you for joining us in holding this powerful intention for our world. Under the leadership of our readers, we will open with the invocation, "May peace prevail on earth," repeated once by all in attendance. Then the readers will read the name of one nation at a time in alphabetical order, with the group responding with, "May peace prevail in," then whatever nation was just named. Due to the challenges of group responses on Zoom, most of you will be muted, but we strongly encourage you to speak the affirmation out loud each time with us, wherever you are. And I just want to make a point that that's just really important. Your words have power. And I want you to see your words going out to that country. Visualize energy going from you out to that country, lighting it up. That's what we're doing here. We're bringing our light. And that really happens when you do that. So please do that. Then we will close the ceremony with 3 group repetitions of "May peace prevail on earth." Tonight, our nation readers tonight are Evelyn Hine and Scott Kennedy, Gonzaga Institute for Hate Studies interns, and Sakura Azopardi from Spokane Interconnected Youth, who is joining us from Canada.
Thank you, Hank. And thank you for all the lovely speakers and everyone here tonight. So I will say the country and the tribe, and please repeat the affirmation with me. Coeur d'Alene tribe, may peace prevail in the Coeur d'Alene tribe.
Colville Confederate Tribes, may peace prevail in the Colville Confederated Tribes.
Kalispel tribe, may peace prevail in the Kalispel tribe.
Nez Perce Tribe, may peace prevail at the Nez Perce Tribe.
The Spokane tribe of Indians, May peace prevail in
the Spokane tribe of Indians.
Afghanistan. May peace prevail at Afghanistan.
Albania. May peace
May peace
prevail.
prevail in Albania.
Algeria. May peace prevail at Algeria.
Andorra.
May peace prevail in Andorra.
Angola. May peace prevail in Angola.
Antigua and Barbuda. May peace prevail.
In Antigua and Barbuda.
Argentina. May peace prevail in Argentina.
We lost her.
Armenia.
May peace prevail,
May peace prevail in
Australia. May peace prevail in Australia.
Austria. May peace
prevail in Austria.
Azerbaijan. May peace prevail
in Azerbaijan.
the Bahamas.
May peace
May
prevail in the Bahamas.
Bahrain. May peace prevail in Bahrain.
Bangladesh. May
May
peace
prevail in
Bangladesh.
Barbados. May peace prevail in Barbados.
Belarus.
May
May
peace prevail in Belarus.
Belgium. May peace prevail in Belgium.
Belize.
May peace prevail in Belize.
Benin. May peace prevail in Benin.
Bhutan. May
May
peace
peace prevail in Bhutan.
Bolivia. May peace prevail in Bolivia.
Bosnia and Herzegovina. May
Peace prevail in Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Botswana. May peace prevail in Botswana.
Brazil. May peace prevail
in Brazil.
Brunei. May peace prevail in Brunei.
Bulgaria. May peace prevail in
Burkina Faso. May peace prevail in Burkina Faso.
Burundi. May peace prevail in Burundi.
Cabo Verde. May peace prevail in Cabo Verde.
Cambodia. May peace prevail in Cambodia.
Cameroon. May peace prevail in Cameroon.
Canada. May peace prevail in Canada.
Central African Republic. May peace prevail in the Central African Republic.
Chad. May peace prevail in Chad.
Chile. May peace prevail in Chile.
China. May peace prevail in China.
Colombia. May peace prevail in Colombia.
May peace prevail in Comoros.
The Democratic Republic of the Congo. May peace prevail in the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Costa Rica. May peace prevail in Costa Rica.
Côte d'Ivoire. May peace prevail in Côte d'Ivoire.
Croatia. May peace prevail in Croatia.
Cuba. May peace prevail in Cuba.
Cyprus. May peace prevail in Cyprus.
The Czech Republic. May peace prevail in the Czech Republic.
Democratic People's Republic of Korea. May peace prevail in the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
The Republic of the Congo. May peace prevail in the Republic of the Congo.
Denmark. May peace prevail in Denmark.
Djibouti. May peace prevail in Djibouti.
Dominica. May peace prevail in Dominica.
The Dominican Republic. May peace prevail in the Dominican Republic.
Ecuador. May peace prevail in Ecuador.
Egypt. May peace prevail in Egypt.
El Salvador. May peace prevail in El Salvador.
Equatorial Guinea. May peace prevail in Equatorial Guinea.
Eritrea. May peace prevail in Eritrea.
Estonia. May peace prevail in Estonia.
Eswatini. May peace prevail in Eswatini.
Ethiopia. May peace prevail in Ethiopia.
Fiji. May peace prevail in Fiji.
Finland. May peace prevail in Finland.
France. May peace prevail in France.
Gabon. May peace prevail in Gabon.
Gambia. May peace prevail in Gambia.
Georgia. May peace prevail in Georgia.
Germany. May peace prevail in Germany.
Ghana. May peace prevail in Ghana.
Greece. May peace prevail in Greece.
Grenada. May peace prevail in Grenada.
Guatemala. May peace prevail in Guatemala.
Guinea. May peace prevail in Guinea.
Guinea-Bissau. May peace prevail in Guinea-Bissau.
Guyana. May peace prevail in Guyana.
Haiti. May peace prevail in Haiti.
Honduras. May peace prevail in Honduras.
Hungary. May peace prevail in Hungary.
Iceland. May peace prevail in Iceland.
India. May peace prevail in India.
Indonesia. May peace prevail in Indonesia.
Iran. May peace prevail in Iran.
Iraq. May peace prevail in Iraq.
Ireland. May peace prevail in Ireland.
Israel. May peace prevail in Israel.
Italy. May peace prevail in Italy.
Jamaica. May peace prevail in Jamaica.
Japan. May peace prevail in Japan.
Jordan. May peace prevail in Jordan.
Kazakhstan. May peace prevail in Kazakhstan.
Kenya. May peace prevail in Kenya.
Kiribati. May peace prevail in Kiribati.
Kuwait. May peace prevail in Kuwait.
Kyrgyzstan. May peace prevail in Kyrgyzstan.
Laos People's Democratic Republic. May peace prevail in the Laos People's Democratic Republic.
Latvia. May peace prevail in Latvia.
Lebanon. May peace prevail in Lebanon.
Lesotho. May peace prevail in Lesotho.
Liberia. May peace prevail in Liberia.
Libya. May peace prevail in Libya.
Liechtenstein. May peace prevail in Liechtenstein.
Lithuania. May peace prevail in Lithuania.
Luxembourg. May peace prevail in Luxembourg.
Madagascar. May peace prevail in Madagascar.
Malawi. May peace prevail in Malawi.
Malaysia. May peace prevail in Malaysia.
Maldives. May peace prevail in Maldives.
Mali. May peace prevail in Mali.
Malta. May peace prevail in Malta.
The Marshall Islands. May peace prevail in the Marshall Islands.
Mauritania. May peace prevail in Mauritania.
Mauritius. May peace prevail in Mauritius.
Mexico. May peace prevail in Mexico.
Micronesia. May peace prevail in Micronesia.
Monaco. May peace prevail in Monaco.
Mongolia. May peace prevail in Mongolia.
Montenegro. May peace prevail in Montenegro.
Morocco. May peace prevail in Morocco.
Mozambique. May peace prevail in Mozambique.
Myanmar. May peace prevail in Myanmar.
Namibia. May peace prevail in Namibia.
Nauru. May peace prevail in Nauru.
Nepal. May peace prevail in Nepal.
The Netherlands. May peace prevail in the Netherlands.
New Zealand. May peace prevail in New Zealand.
Nicaragua. May peace prevail in Nicaragua.
Niger. May peace prevail in Niger.
Nigeria. May peace prevail in Nigeria.
North Macedonia. May peace prevail in North Macedonia.
Norway. May peace prevail in Norway.
Oman. May peace prevail in Oman.
Pakistan. May peace prevail in Pakistan.
Palau. May peace prevail in Palau.
Palestine. May peace prevail in Palestine.
Panama. May peace prevail in Panama.
Papua New Guinea. May peace prevail in Papua New Guinea.
Paraguay. May peace prevail in Paraguay.
Peru. May peace prevail in Peru.
The Philippines. May peace prevail in the Philippines.
Poland. May peace prevail in Poland.
Portugal. May peace prevail in Portugal.
Qatar. May peace prevail in Qatar.
Republic of Korea. May peace prevail in the Republic of Korea.
Republic of Moldova. May peace prevail in the Republic of Moldova.
Romania. May peace prevail in Romania.
Russia. May peace prevail in Russia.
Rwanda. May peace prevail in Rwanda.
St. Kitts and Nevis. May peace prevail in St. Kitts and Nevis.
St. Lucia. May peace prevail in St. Lucia.
St. Vincent the Grenadines. May peace prevail in the St. Vincent the Grenadines.
Samoa. May peace prevail in Samoa.
San Marino. May peace prevail in San Marino.
Sao Tome and Principe. May peace prevail in Sao Tome and Principe.
Saudi Arabia. May peace prevail in Saudi Arabia.
Senegal. May peace prevail in Senegal.
Serbia. May peace prevail in Serbia.
Seychelles. May peace prevail in Seychelles.
Sierra Leone. May peace prevail in Sierra Leone.
Singapore. May peace prevail in Singapore.
Slovakia. May peace prevail in Slovakia.
Slovenia. May peace prevail in Slovenia.
The Solomon Islands. May peace prevail on the Solomon Islands.
Somalia. May peace prevail in Somalia.
South Africa. May peace prevail in South Africa.
South Sudan. May peace prevail in South Sudan.
Spain. May peace prevail in Spain.
Sri Lanka. May peace prevail in Sri Lanka.
Sudan. May peace prevail in Sudan.
Suriname. May peace prevail in Suriname.
Sweden. May peace prevail in Sweden.
Switzerland. May peace prevail in Switzerland.
Syrian Arab Republic. May peace prevail in the Syrian Arab Republic.
Tajikistan. May peace prevail in Tajikistan.
Thailand. May peace prevail in Thailand.
Timor-Leste. May peace prevail in Timor-Leste.
Togo. May peace prevail in Togo.
Tonga. May peace prevail in Tonga.
Trinidad and Tobago. May peace prevail in Trinidad and Tobago.
Tunisia. May peace prevail in Tunisia.
Turkey. May peace prevail in Turkey.
Turkmenistan. May peace prevail in Turkmenistan.
Tuvalu. May peace prevail in Tuvalu.
Uganda. May peace prevail in Uganda.
Ukraine. May peace prevail in the Ukraine.
United Arab Emirates. May peace prevail in the United Arab Emirates.
United Kingdom. May peace prevail in the United Kingdom.
United Republic of Tanzania. May peace prevail in the United Republic of Tanzania.
United States of America. May peace prevail in the United States of America.
Uruguay. May peace prevail in Uruguay.
Uzbekistan. May peace prevail in Uzbekistan.
Vanuatu. May peace prevail in Vanuatu.
Venezuela. May peace prevail in Venezuela.
Vietnam. May peace prevail in Vietnam.
Yemen. May peace prevail in Yemen.
Zambia. May peace prevail in Zambia.
Zimbabwe. May peace prevail in Zimbabwe.
Uh-oh. Where'd the slide go?
And now I'll invite you all in saying, may peace prevail on earth 3 times.
May
Peace
peace
prevail
prevail on earth. May peace
peace
prevail on earth. May peace prevail on earth. Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for making it all the way through all the nations and the countries that we have listed. You know, it was a labor of love, and you know, when we got to Z's, we were getting close. So we're going to transition to a community sing with our choir director, Timothy Westerhouse, and the closing comments from Raymond Reyes as we wrap things up. Timothy?
The piece is simple. It's called Dona Nobis Pacem. The text just popped into your chat. The words mean grant us peace. You may know this as a round. I'll sing it 3 times, and if you'd like to just listen the first time and try singing the second time. If you are a harmonizer, you can feel free to harmonize along as we go. But as we're really grateful for this air that we have felt in clean and new ways and that sense of gratitude, let us also recognize the work to be done. Dona nobis pacem, 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 pacem, dona nobis pacem, dona nobis pacem, dona nobis pacem, nobis pacem, dona nobis pacem.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And with that, Raymond Reyes, would you?
An acorn doesn't need to make a choice or a commitment to be a towering grandfather oak tree. A little kitty, 1 month old, doesn't have to make a choice or a commitment to be a fat old cat lying next to a hot wood stove on a cold, cold winter night. But those of us that profess to be human, we have to make choices and commitments to be that human. We have to make choices and commitments to act. And Haley already gave the call for action, so I'm just going to kind of swim on the wave that she established in a beautiful summary of reminding us who we really are. Many times we have heard this before, and Emerson is attributed to saying that I can't hear your words over the loud whir of your actions. And if necessary, always preach the gospel, but if necessary, use words. Any sacred scripture, if necessary, use words. And so what I want to focus on tonight is, what do you need to nourish and sustain your activist spirit? Years ago, I was fortunate to listen to Brian Steverson. This is before he became really famous. And he laid out 4 recommendations on how we can nurture and nourish our activist spirits. And many of you are doing it tonight, and you have been doing it for some time as members of this community, and you will continue to do it. The first thing that he talked about is proximity to the problem, keeping close to the problem, not distancing yourself, being able to use your passion to want to know more about it. And as we've heard tonight, it begins with the self. You cannot give what you do not have. And so we need to be able to have that integrity around the alignment coming from deep within, and then aligning that with others in fellowship for a greater good. So proximity, get close to the problem. The second thing he talked about was change the narrative. We know the subject, we've heard him tonight. What we need to do now is be the verb, be able to act upon the authority and agency of the power and privilege that many of us have. I don't care who you are or where you are in life, we all have some varying degrees of power and privilege. So in the word authority, how are you going to use your authority? In the word authority is the word author. To here again, change the narrative. We can do that. We know the subject, we can become the verb. The third thing that he often talked about is this idea of protecting our hopelessness, our hopefulness, being hopeful people. In these dark times, it's hard to remember to be able to do that. But what brings you hope? I've often thought about what is this thing called resilience? That many times we know this to be true. Why is it that some people swim in the same waters in which others drown? And so this idea of being able to find what gives us energy, what gives us hope, and be able here again, like being close to the problem, holding and being close to that source of hope. What are our sources of hope? The fourth thing is something that is difficult to do, and several speakers tonight have talked about that, and is choose to do uncomfortable things. Be able to realize that our learning curve begins where our comfort zone ends, and be able to get out of our comfort zone and be able to do what Gandhi called informed dissent, but do it with grace, dignity, and respect and great civility. How can we do what the British often called loyal opposition? If we are to be a free people, like my brother Bill Nigmeyer did years ago, often talked about, if we have a Statue of Liberty on the West Coast, on the East Coast, we ought to have a Statue of Responsibility on the West Coast. And so being responsible for our freedom is many times being uncomfortable with the idea that others are suffering and others are not as free as we are. I like what Haley talked about using the word radical. One of my favorite quotes is by Bell Hooks when she said, "The classroom remains the most radical space of possibility in the academy." I'm going to extend that when the Jesuits talk about the active presence of God in all things and bodaciously claim that the classroom from cradle to grave is every human experience that we have. We are the living curriculum. We are in the classroom called planet Earth, third star from the sun, third stone from the sun, and we have signed up to this course called Personhood 101. So let us be radical from the root word. Let's get to the root of all things. Let's go further upstream to understand causation so we can be able to do and alter and pivot the effect. The thing that many times I wonder about is this idea that is in the end of my email salutation, and I don't know where I got it. I got it many years ago. I've lived in Spokane since 1974, and I used to teach GED in the jails at the American Indian Community Center. And I saw this written somewhere one time, and it's always stayed with me, and it said anonymous. It didn't have who the author was. So I'm not plagiarizing, I just can't give attribution to it. But he said this, and it's a beautiful reminder of what your activism does and what it can do. Who you are today is God's gift to you. Who you become is your gift to God. And so I want to believe that with all the creative energy and the passion that this group has, and it can be exponential, that we can become the change that we describe and we profess deep in our hearts. Tonight, you're going to go to sleep. Tomorrow at 6:30 in the morning is autumn equinox. At 6:30 tomorrow morning on the 22nd of September, there's going to be a beautiful balance that only occurs twice in the annual round as we orbit the sun. Equal light, equal dark. 12 hours of light, 12 hours of dark. That only happens if you live on the equator, people. and we live far away from the equator, as we will remember and know in January. But my prayer is that peace and justice was premised on balance. It is riding that wave, being a body surfer and understanding the binary, the either or propositions, and be able to use Solomon's wisdom to find that third path, that it's about us and it's about we, and that everybody can be included in that great circle. The other thing I want to mention is that we are going to sleep tonight, and let us do what John Lennon, one of the Beatles, said. He often said this. He said that, you dream a dream alone and it just remains a dream. You dream a dream together in community and that dream becomes reality. Let us go tonight and rest our bodies, our hearts and our minds for another day, for another opportunity to remember that we are a community of gifted people. I had the privilege of listening to our president, Dave McCullough, give a talk at the Mass of the Holy Spirit earlier. And he opened up with the idea that we are fortunate and blessed that we live in a community of gifted people. With Haley and her young voice, you can see that from I'm sitting and listening to her talk, the future looks good. The future looks bright. And likewise, our elders here, we've seen a lot, we've done a lot, and we've got a lot to give. So let's bring solidarity intergenerationally in this community for the greater good. In the spirit of our ancestors, may the blessings be. Thank you for voting with your feet tonight and claiming your values around what's important. And if we can do this tonight, we can do this every day. What are we doing the other 364 days out of the year? And I know what you're going to be doing. You're going to be doing what you're doing tonight. Committed and making a choice to be more fully human. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Reyes, for that passionate closing. There isn't anything more that we can say than what you've just said. Thank you, everyone, for being here this evening. Thank you, and good night.